honorable mention for me, the other one that I was really close to picking was Bear Stick. It's because you just summon a confused bear. And that's what I found hilarious. It's like, it's not going to do what you tell it. It's not under your control. It's just confused.
I'm Nerdarchy Ted.
I'm Nerdarchy Dave.
Welcome to Nerdarchy. For nerds, by nerds.
All right, we're doing another one of our top 10 lists, and this time we're going to be talking about wands on the Homebrew from D&D Beyond. And the way these work are we go through the top 10 lists of what we think the most popular magic items are in this particular category, and we figure that out by sorting by most views. We figured that's what people wanted to see the most. So there's at least interest for those items. And then Ted and myself each pick one of the items after we read the list to talk about. And you can get a link. There are links to all the magic items down below on D&D Beyond Homebrew. I believe you just need a free account and you can go over there and take a look at them. And I'm going to read the list now. We've got Fork of Bees, Wand of the Broken Unicorn Horn, Bear Stick, Swiss Army Wand, Wand of Pyrotechnics, Wand of Cure Wounds, Wand of Counterspell, Wand of Identify, Wand of Dispel Magic, and the Adventurer's Wand, of course.
So as Dave says, you can go over to D&D Beyond and check that out. I think it's only fair to mention that, D&D Beyond is a sponsor of the channel and this particular video, so power up your game with all the awesome stuff over at D&D Beyond, as we have done.
But if you love lists and want even more lists, there is an article from Nerder Doug over on the website, and it is, the top 10 magic items, wands from D&D Beyond by a factor of 3. So just like we're going to go through one list, he's going to go through 3 over there. Put a link in one of the cards up here.
So I happened to grab the number one on this particular list just because it spoke to me in several different ways. So this is by R.C. Sasquatch, and that is the Fork of Bees. This gold and black striped fork has 3 charges and it regains 1d4 minus 1 charges daily at dawn. As an action, you can yell bees and expend a charge to summon a swarm of bees. Use the statistics for a swarm of wasps from the monster manual. Now, it doesn't particularly say you control them. It's an uncommon wand, and, I don't think a swarm of wasps is super powerful, but,
certainly annoying.
It's certainly annoying, having been attacked by bees and wasps many times in my life. It is definitely not something that I would want to have happen to me. So I think this could be quite comical to put it in the game and have it not be controlled, as well as, possibly gain control of the swarm as you gain better mastery over the wand. And I know I love powering up magic items, so I would definitely put this in there and then have this kind of scale. If there's a fork of bees, is there a spoon and knife to go with it at some point in time? I see all of the different caveats of how to use and exploit this awesome item.
Yeah, I thought that one was fun, and I almost picked that one as well. And also, you just dump 3 swarms of bees on somebody. That'll be annoying. I imagine the players can get up to all kinds of chaos. Honorable mention for me, the other one that I was really close to picking was Bear Stick. It's because you just summon a confused bear. And that's what I found hilarious. It's like, it's not going to do what you tell it. It's not under your control. It's just confused. But I didn't. I went with something a bit more serious because it came up in one of my games. Since this came up in my game, I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to talk about this one. A player asked for it. And also, it does seem weird that this isn't in the game. And that is the Wand of Cure Wounds. The wand has 6 charges while holding it. Can use an action to expend 1 or more of the charges to cast the Cure Wounds spell from it. For 1 charge, you cast a first level version of the spell. You can increase the spell slot level by 1 for each additional charge expended. The wand regains 1d6 plus 1 expended charges daily at dawn. If you expend the wand, the last charge, roll a d20. On a 1, the wand crumbles into ashes and is destroyed. And this was from Leonardo Ferreria? Sorry, I'm probably butchering that, Leonardo. My apologies, I can't speak. But yeah, it's something I'm kind of surprised it's not in the game already. It is super useful if you're low on healing. In that particular game, I think we've got an Artificer, and that's it for healing. You know, so
he's like, I don't want to be using all of my spell slots to heal you guys. So what are my other options? So I actually went over to D&D Beyond and I pull up the swarm of insects, wasps, and it's only a challenge half. So the fact that you're not guaranteed to get any new charges added in it daily, maybe uncommon is too light, but I don't think I'd have a problem with it. Using your free action to speak, to command it, or a bonus action to command it, I think would suit just fine if you were looking to kind of tweak this a little bit.
So you don't want wasps or bees to show up that aren't under the control of the players?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it if it is, but I'm just saying, like, that's how I would alter, it to just be like, look, most of the time when you summon things, there is rulings for whether you control it or not and what those, staples are. So. Okay.
Also, I don't know. This doesn't look like this wand requires attunement. It might also be for the wand that cure wounds. It also might just be an oversight.
No, I think typically the wands that have a certain number of charges don't require attunement.
I did require attunement when I did it, because the wand that I put in my game is uncommon. Requires attunement by a spellcaster. The wand has 7 charges. While holding, you can use an action to expend 1 of its charges to cast a Cure Wounds spell from it. Every charge spent increases the spell slot by 1. You get 1d6 plus 1. Expend the charges daily at dawn. Same thing, gets destroyed if you roll 1. I literally probably just lifted another wand and used the exact verbiage. Just changed it to Cure Wounds.
You just swapped out the names.
Yeah.
And that's always a great use. For any wands that I create that have a spell attachment to it, if it's not also a focus, it's just a thing, I don't feel the need to put attunement on, because it's like, all right, it's tracking its expenditure. It's not attributed to your abilities. So I think that's usually fine for me.
I don't know. Aren't all wands just magical implements anyway? Can't, like, as long as you can use a wand, you could use the wand as a...
Yeah, you could use it as a focus, but if it doesn't if it doesn't bolster your magic in any way, shape, or form, it's just there. So
yeah, I mean, we go back and forth on attunement. It's one of the things about 5e. It's one of the things that's great. Sometimes it sucks, depending where you're at. What do you think? What wands do you think 5e needs? Are there any missing from previous editions? Or have you made your own wands on D&D Beyond? Share them with the Nerdarchy community down below in the comments.
While you're down there, don't forget to do all those fun things like share, subscribe, even go ahead and click on that notification bell. You know you want to.
Quick reminder, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we drop new videos here on the channel, so come on back. Can't wait till then. No worries, we got you covered. There's a card up here where we do a top 10 D&D homebrew list for magic weapons.
So until next time, stay nerdy.